Welcome to Vintage Coin Op Restorations and our latest project, and here is part 2 of the 1939 Evanston strike. Well, enough talking about this machine. If you didn't listen or watch part 1, we're here in part 2, and we're going to play the game now. So let's put our nickel in. Put your nickel in, put your coin slot, and pull out. It's going to reset. It's going to bring our pins in. Shows us first frame. Now, you have your mannequin, your control from the left to right, and I'm going to try to hold them and film at the same time. So I think I got it lined up. Maybe not. All right, get the ball back. We're going to go back a little bit. There we go, right down the middle. So that was our second frame. And when the lights, here, let's do this again so you can see. Okay, so what it's doing is all the pins that we hit show up on the top there, and the ones that aren't still exist on the playfield. So let's see. Well, something like this we cannot pick up just because it'd be impossible, but let's see if we can get 2 more points. No. And there's our number, our scoring. I'm not sure if you can see it. You would have seen the top of another number and the bottom of another the 12 and the 14 typically, but with the little window device we did, kind of locks it in so you only see one of the numbers. Okay. Here, let's see if we can get it down to middle. I know you guys are having a hard time with the glass. It's so reflective. Let me see if I can, maybe that's a little better. Okay, we are in our last frame, and let's see what we can do. Let me see if I can pick up this spare. Oh, almost. There you have it. After 5 frames, game is over. Let's take a sneak peek of inside. Take the front door off. And here, it's an original coin box. There's the inside. Something you usually don't always see. But here you have this little light bulb that lights the window straight down so that, again, all these machines, they were, again, it says for amusement only, but they were gambling machines. So if you scored a certain amount of points, you could possibly go to the clerk of the place and say, I got X amount of points, and if the game was not tilted, which you'll see here up in the little window, it'll say tilt. If the game wasn't tilted and you had that certain amount of points that said you won a free game, or in other words, a nickel, because that's what that's what the game costs to play, or they'll sometimes say you won 2 plays or 3 plays, and that's basically you won. If you get, let's say 100 points, you'll win 3 plays. That's basically you won 15 cents. In 1939, that was pretty good. So back to this little light. The little light is going to shine, and I'll put it back in a minute, the coin mechanism. And the coin mechanism shows, when you look down in it, a protection there. It's a little X, but it shows a nickel inside there. So it shows proof that you played the game and there was an actual nickel in there. So, and that's what that light is, so the clerk can actually go see. Now we'll take a little quick peek inside here. That giant, basically magnet, is what propels the arm to roll the ball down the playfield. So when you actually press that little button, what it's doing is pulling the giant coil, and that giant piece of metal into the coil, moving the arm forward, just for a brief moment as you see it comes back. And over here is our tilt mechanism. Right now we have it pretty high, and you can get away with quite a bit, but as you bring that down, it makes the game quite difficult. They didn't want you hitting the game and kind of pushing it just like a pinball machine. So depending on how free you want to play it, they controlled that right with that little bob. Now, again here, you have your speed control. It's a little variable rheostat, basically. It is a rheostat, and you can go slow or fast. Right now we hit it at fast, but a good play would be somewhere in the middle. I mean, you don't want that ball whacking those pins because it's an antique. The pins are original, except for like one or two of them, and you don't want to break them. They're brittle, and it's a lot of time to replace them. So that's why I would suggest just stay in the middle, and we can bring that back later. Further back there is you actually see the mechanism. The mechanism is about 2 feet long, and it's all tucked away pretty neat inside there right now. And we'll add on a little video so you can see what that looks like. So let's put our coin back in there. Coin box. You can see where the coin would drop. And different than most stores, this one's a little done in a little reverse. You kind of have to go in, push down, and I shouldn't be doing this with one hand, but here we go. And this is what I meant. So the clerk can come by and actually see that a nickel has been played, though 33 is not going to get us a free play or a free anything. You're gonna have to do much better than that. But that's how basically these machines were. And it was a lot of fun to play, but it was about gambling, and it was a legal way of legal but illegal at the same time. But that's why they were so popular. And the places that you went and played these games always had a gentleman behind the counter, or probably one or more, because he'd have to be going, leaving the table there to see, whether or not you actually made a score good enough for a payout. And it wasn't easy to get the payout. So maybe he didn't do too much walking around, but everybody tried, let's put it that way. But now this game is just about ready to do a little quick polishing on it. Shop gets a little dusty, but we're happy to say that it is done, and it's going to go back to its new home. Well, if you have one of these machines for sale or you need one restored, please contact us. We're located in Chicago, Illinois. Our phone number is area code 630-624-7466. Make sure to subscribe to my videos so you can see all the new machines coming to the warehouse. And thank you very much for watching.